Hey guys, I wanted to go over some of the questions that might be on the quiz on Friday for 3.4 slope intercept form. These are not the exact questions that are going to be on your quiz, but I've changed the numbers and changed the graphs a little bit, but there's the same concept. So if you don't know how to do some of these, make sure to ask or try and study and figure out how to do them. But I'm going to go through quickly some of these examples that will be on the test or on the quiz tomorrow. Okay, so one, you're going to have to identify the slope and the y-intercept from an equation. So here, the slope is going to be the coefficient on x, so my slope is just -2. It will be wrong if you write -2x. The y-intercept is going to be here. If it's a -5, I have to put -5. If it's +5, it would be +5. Okay, the next one I'm going to have to do is I would need you to graph an equation using the slope and the y-intercept. So again, here I'm going to take my y-intercept and I'm going to graph it, find the point of 5. So if it's positive, I'm going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to put a point. Okay, and then I'm going to use the slope of -3. So remember, -3 over 1 is the same thing as -3. So here I'm going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, whatever this top number is, and then my bottom number is 1. If it's positive, I go to the right. Okay, down 3, 1, 2, 3, over right, to the right once. Now I should use a straight edge and connect my dots. I could just connect my 2 dots and that should be good enough. Okay, here again there's 3 points. Y-intercept, correct slope, and it's going to be probably in the negative. Making sure that you have a negative slope. Alright, next one, I start at -1, go here, remember, start at the origin, go down 1. These are not going to be labeled, so you have to label them yourself. So 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -2, -3, 1, 2, -1, -2. So here's my -1, and I'm going to go up 1. Remember, my top number is how much I go up or down. If it's positive, I go up, and then I go to the right 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you can put a dot. I only need 2 points to make a line, so I would connect those 2 dots with a line. Okay, next one, write an equation in slope-intercept form for the graph shown. Remember, I need a y equals mx plus b. That's my slope-intercept form. I'm going to replace the m with the slope and the intercept with the b. On this graph, I look, where does this line cross? Well, it crosses at +4. So I'm going to replace the b with +4. And my slope, I need these 2 lines. I can pick any 2 points. I can actually see that there's a point right here. I'm going to use whole number points. Is this a point? Technically, yes, but do you know the exact number for this? Not necessarily from my graph. So I need to take 2 points that are whole numbers. So from this point to this point, we can go up. Here I'm going up 2, up 4. If I notice my numbers are 4, my numbered graph is going by 2s. So I have to make sure to be aware of that. So go up 2, 4, my top number is 4, and I go over from 0 to 2. That's going over 2. And this reduces down to 2 over 1, or 2. And I'm going to replace my m with that. So 2x. I have to remember that if I have, this is a positive slope. I am correct here. But if I had it going the other way, it would be a negative slope. That is actually coming up. Okay, write an equation in slope-intercept form to represent the data. So here, if you look, I have the point 0, 5. Remember, that this in the form with my 0 here, comma, a number, this number right here is my y-intercept. So I'm going to replace my b with the 5. And then I need to figure out my slope. My slope is the change of the y over the change of the x. So this is where we're going to find our rate of change. Here, 3 to 5, I'm adding 2, adding 2, I'm adding 2. I'm adding 2 each time. So the change in the y is going to be 2 is on top, and then the change of the...
May I please have the following student?
Okay, so from -1 to 0, I add 1. Think of a number line. If I go from -1 to 0, I'm moving to the right or adding 1. Adding 1, adding 1, adding 1. So I'm going up 1 each time. So this would be the change of the x, and that's going to go on bottom. So when you have a table, you need to figure out, pretty much do the rate of change. And that's going to be your top number. And if these were different, which I don't believe they will be on your test, you need to simplify it down. But this is simplified down. This can be simplified down to 2. So I'm going to replace my m with 2. So this is my final product. Y equals 2x plus 5. Okay, write an equation. This one, remember, if it goes down into the right, my line, it's a negative slope. So I have to remember that my m is going to be negative. Go to here, where it crosses your y-axis. You kind of have to count 1, 2, 3. So I'm going up 3. So that's going to be my b. And my slope is going to be, I need to get from this point to this point. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4. So minus 4 on top, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A positive 5 on the bottom. That's going to be my x. Y equals -4/5 x plus 3. Okay, write an equation in slope-intercept form from the line that passes through the points, -2, -1, and 0, 5. Again, this right here is your y-intercept. Oh, and I have to do a different one because that I forgot to change from the test. So I will do, let's do 6, and let's do 4. So my point is -4, -1, 0, 6. Okay, so write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line that passes through these 2 points. Right here, I know that this is my y-intercept, so I'm going to do y equals mx plus b. I'm going to replace the b with the 6. And then I need to find the slope of these two, between these 2 points. So I'm going to do the y, so -1 minus 6, and then -4 minus 0, and I get -7 over -4, so it's 7/4. Remember, if they're both positive or negative, it becomes positive. Done. All right. One thing that we didn't hit too hard in class was a plane is flying at a height of 3,000 feet and slowly descending at a rate of 70 feet per second. The equation for the height of the bird is y equals bird y, so height is y. Y is equal to 3,000 minus 70x, where x is the number of seconds in descent. So what do the slope and the y-intercept represent? So if you think about it, where does it start? The y-intercept is where the bird starts. So, I'm sorry, the plane, where the plane starts. And, ooh, can't spell it today. The slope is going to be that -70. So for every -70 over 1, if you think about it, that -70 is descending at -70 feet per second. So it's going down 70 feet per second. So that rate look at for rate and slope are going to mean the same thing. Rate and slope, so negative 70 feet per second. Here again, David is having his birthday party at a water park. The park charges $150 plus $10 per guest. If the total cost of the party is represented by Y and X represents the number of guests, write an equation that could be used to represent this situation. So here we're going to do Y equals, remember my coffee example, per guest is going to be your multiplied by. So you're multiplying $10 per guest. And then no matter what, if I have 0 guests, how much do I have to still spend? $150. So plus 150. That's going to be worth 2 points. Okay? Thanks for watching. I hope we do well on our quiz tomorrow.